The Scrolls of Herculaneum. In the year 79 CE, Mount Vesuvius erupted, completely burying the nearby Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum in volcanic ash. Although a tragedy for the residents of these cities, the event was a boon for archaeologists and historians as the ash preserved the cities just as they had been at the time of the eruption. For almost 300 years, excavations have revealed a tremendous wealth of information about all aspects of Roman society. One find in particular has both excited and frustrated researchers more than any other: the discovery of a private library in Herculaneum containing approximately 2,000 rolls of paper scrolls. On the one hand, the discovery is exciting because this is the only intact ancient library ever discovered. Many important works from ancient authors have been lost, and there is a high probability that the library from Herculaneum contains a large number of previously unknown poems, plays, and philosophical writings. There is, however, a significant, frustrating obstacle. When the scrolls were initially buried by the eruption, the heat from the ash slowly cooked the rolls of paper, turning them into blackened, almost solid lumps of carbon. This has created two significant problems for researchers. First of all, the charred paper is so delicate that any attempt to unroll the burnt scrolls would cause severe damage. The second problem is that even if the scrolls could be unrolled, there would be nothing to read, as most of the remaining paper is completely black. That is not to say that people have not tried. Over the centuries, various attempts have been made to read the scrolls and reveal the secrets that seem so tantalizingly close. Early attempts managed to find fragments of preserved text but completely destroyed the scrolls in the process. Because of these failures, there have been no more attempts to open the scrolls since the 19th century, and access to the scrolls is strictly controlled to protect them from further damage. Recent scientific and technological developments, however, may finally reveal the scrolls' secrets. The first breakthrough involves making three-dimensional scans of the scrolls using the same CT scanners used in medicine. Starting in the early 2000s, computer programmers started to create software that could virtually unroll scanned ancient scrolls. In this way, the original scroll did not suffer any damage. The technology worked well with later manuscripts, but the scrolls from Herculaneum posed a particular challenge for researchers. In many of the scrolls, the paper was fused together by the heat of the volcanic ash. Earlier scans were simply not capable of resolving the layers in enough detail. In recent years, however, scanning technology has greatly improved. There have also been promising developments with respect to reading the writing that is hidden on the blackened paper. In the 1990s, researchers began scanning some of the scrolls with various wavelengths of light. Scans using infrared light in particular were sometimes able to make the ink marks stand out against the dark background of the paper. In this way, significant fragments of ancient texts were revealed, but it was still only a tiny portion of all the information that was written on the scrolls. Now a new technique may offer the chance to read text from even many of the most heat-damaged scrolls. The ink that was used at the time of the volcanic eruption was charcoal mixed with water. This makes the task of detecting the letters almost impossible because from a chemical point of view the letters are basically identical to the burnt paper on which they are written. However, careful analysis also showed that there was a tiny amount of lead in the ink. When exposed to X-rays, lead emits radiation that can be detected, so it was hoped that by scanning the scrolls with X-rays, scientists would be able to see the hidden letters. Sadly, initial tests were disappointing. The amount of lead was just too small to create a strong enough signal, but in 2017, there was a breakthrough. Using very powerful X-rays and extremely sensitive detectors, researchers were able to clearly see a Greek letter on a tiny fragment of paper. It is hoped that this discovery is the key that will finally unlock the secrets of the ancient scrolls of Herculaneum.